I'll go ahead and open this meeting, Somervell County Commissioners Court. It's Monday, the 12th day of January, 9:30 a.m. All commissioners are present. And as I look out the door, I see Your Honorable Congressman Chet has come in. We're just opening the meeting. We did citizen comments. Would you like to say hi to the group or anything real quick?
Judge, thanks very much. I'm going to be very brief, but I just wanted to come by. We were in town and taking a listening tour through the district, trying to get a sense of what are the issues that are on people's minds, what issues they want us to deal with. Clearly, strengthening our economy and the country and the state is one of the top issues I'm hearing. But I want to say to you, Judge, and the commissioners, thank you for your service to Somervell County. If there's anything we can do to work with you, I want to be a partner with you, whether that's looking for transportation infrastructure dollars or on the nuclear power plant. I'm certainly an enthusiastic supporter of nuclear power, so I'm going to be supporting the building the new nuclear power plants. Any way we can work together there, let me know. We're also working to try to get some additional federal funding to help pay for the expansion of the Glen Rose Medical Center. We've gotten a little money in the past, $300,000. We're going to try to get some more because our hospitals all over the country are struggling right now, so we want to give help. But I'm not going to be meddling in your business, but I always want to be a partner there if there's something that legitimately the federal government can work and should work with you on. So I don't want to get in the way of your business today, but I saw the judge earlier today and wanted to just drop by and say hello and thank you all for the work you're doing, and look forward to working with you in the next 2 years. Thank you.
Without getting into just a total discussion, anything real briefly that y'all would like to ask him to consider our needs around the community, anything other than the transportation and the medical center and just his continued representation? Y'all got any projects you'd like for him to be considered? I know he's just yes. Yes.
Well, where do we start?
Yeah, that's right.
I said brief.
I'd like to have some time to think. The talks about the road around where we have another bridge across the, I know that's been discussed before, but I think that's still a big issue. And as the nuclear plant expansion comes, as the Barnett Shell has changed things so, all of this put together, I think it's more important and more higher priority issue now to have something done on that project that we talked about before.
You know,
I think the priority rises now with those two things.
Right. And Commissioner, we have talked about that. I know when you get into bridges, they get expensive. You'd be amazed at how much.
That's why
one bridge.
Yeah.
And I know that's one of the challenges, but I think we ought to try to use the future expansion of the nuclear power plant as an opportunity to convince TxDOT that they ought to take a look at this. Most of our federal funding for the state goes kind of in a blank check to TxDOT, and then TxDOT decides the priorities within Texas. So we need to work with our state legislative officials to really push TxDOT, and I will do the same.
As well as the Barnett Shell play and all of that is, with the truck traffic and that sort of thing.
Absolutely, and that's had a
so I see two really things that are and not only in the construction of this plant when it's constructed.
Right.
I just see those are two big things that we might not have thought about 5 years back. That would be
maybe we'll sit down in the future, and I'll come back, Judge, and we'll sit down and figure out, be sure we got the pencil sharpened. I do know this: from 2001 to 2005, federal funding to TxDOT more than doubled. During that same time period, state funding for our state bridges and roads actually dropped. So we actually increased federal funding to TxDOT, but the state funding dropped. Maybe the new legislature, starting tomorrow, can increase state investment. But we do have some huge infrastructure needs. But with the nuclear power plant coming in, the kind of people you're going to have, I've heard 5,000-6,000 employees could be here for a decade or so, and that's going to put tremendous strain on your roads.
And if you recall, we were very fortunate in the last couple of years to get several new bridges right here at a small place.
Right. And I'd say keep working the regional office of the district office of TxDOT is most important group. But we will also be doing our once every 5-year federal transportation bill this year, and I'm hoping we can have another significant increase in infrastructure. And in fact, as part of the stimulus package that we may vote on within the next 3 weeks, I would expect there to be a significant amount of additional funding coming to TxDOT because of that, because this is one way to stimulate the economy and create jobs quickly when our country's losing a lot of jobs, 500,000 a month right now, is road building and bridge building. I would really maybe be aggressive in talking to the regional office, district office of TxDOT and seeing where they would put this project on their priority list. If our rural areas don't fight really hard for some of this money, every dime of it's going to go to the big cities. So any way I can partner with you in working with TxDOT, I'd like to. One, we'll try to get more federal money into the pot. And two, if I can work with you in any way to lobby for Somervell County, I would be honored to do that. I would still encourage you to work with your state legislators because they write the salaries for TxDOT. So they will have a big say in how that federal money is spent. But I'm glad you raised that. We ought to look at the stimulus package. In fact, TxDOT has put together a list of projects ready to go within the next 6 months if we could get federal money in the stimulus bill. Perhaps y'all could look and see if any of those projects are here in Somervell County. And if not, maybe tout the bridge, get them to think ahead about all the new employees that will be out there for a long time at the nuclear plant and what demand that's going to put, along with the Barnett Shale. If you want to talk that over, no, I don't want to take too much time from this meeting, but if you want to talk that over among yourselves and figure out any way I can partner with you.
We'll find out when
Victoria,
when you're going to be in the district, and maybe we can schedule a sit down with the court to talk about it. Because that's probably, transportation right now may be one of our #1 items.
Right.
It and water is the
right.
2 big items that we probably got right now.
Yeah.
And transportation covers a whole gamut of stuff.
And one of the things I push for in the stimulus bill is to put more water treatment and sewage treatment money in there. There's tremendous amount of infrastructure out there. People don't know it. They flush their commodes or they turn on their faucets. As long as everything works, they don't worry about how it happened. But a lot of our sewage lines and water plants are very old. And a lot of our rural communities don't have enough money just on their own to modernize those. So there could be some water and sewage treatment
I think the city
funding
would
in that
address
bill.
you on that.